toda tuya y de nadie más. No te estoy pidiendo el mundo, no, solo que cuides mi corazón. Ya no estás jugando al amor, hazme tuya para siempre hoy. Vas a ver que nunca te arrepentirás. Yo soy tu mujer y de nadie más. Ya verás que nadie más te amará como yo. El tiempo lo verá que el universo nos juntó y que nuestro amor es una estrella que nunca se apagará. Es un amor infinito. Muéstrame que debo estar contigo.
And we're live. What's going on, everybody? I hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday. Welcome to another episode of Bumper's Wacky Wednesday, live from the Wacky Wednesday studio here in San Antonio, Texas. And I had to say San Antonio, Texas to remind my guest that she's here in San Antonio, Texas. So, everybody, if you're just joining us, on behalf of Karla, Christina, you've never seen this guy right here before. My name is Bumper Gomez, and again, you're watching Bumper's Wacky Wednesdays. It's a live podcast we do every single Wednesday, and we've just been known to highlight music, especially Tejano music. And tonight, we're gonna break the barriers of what we consider, not what we consider Tejano music, but how far Tejano music reaches and goes and can actually grab people. You know what I mean? We think just here in South Texas, I think we're just so used to it that we just think that it's, you know what I mean? It's only here, but it's not. It's everywhere. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight for me is special, and the reason that it's special is because my guest has literally, for me, and now honestly, it feels like she literally came from, we're going to talk about where she came from, all the way to come here, and she's here on Wacky. Now she's on Wacky Wednesday. I mean, she's literally has not been in our state for maybe 30 days.
No, not yet.
Not yet, not 30 days. Hasn't even changed her license yet. You know what I mean?
Not yet.
So, ladies and gentlemen, my guest all the way from Reno, Nevada, now calling San Antonio home.
Yes.
Miss Karla Christina.
Thank you so much, Bumper. Thank you. It's an honor and a privilege to be sitting here with you tonight. I've been watching the show from my couch in Nevada, and I posted earlier today, it really is a dream come true, because I told Carlos, who's sitting here in front of us, I'm like, I want to be on that show someday. I'm going to be on that show someday. I don't know how, not knowing that I was going to live in San Antonio someday. But just obviously always watching your show, and thank you for everything that you do for Tejano music and for music in general and for all the artists. And it's just incredible to be sitting here today. So thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, because I really find that very, very flattering. You know, the fact that we can affect people. The show has affected people in that way, you know, not just fans, but, you know, artists. I'm very grateful for that. You know, your tonight, I really want to share your story, your path to get you right here in this seat that you're in. And it's a long, very curvy path, ups and downs, but she's here. She's here in the heart, in the capital of the genre that she's in now. You know what I mean? You're here in the capital, the capital of Tejano music. So, real quick, shout out to, let's see, I know Jonathan's already on there, isn't he not?
Jonathan!
all the way in Florida. Shout out to Jonathan. Shout out to, let's see.
Miguel Hernandez.
Miguel.
Thank you, amigo.
Margarit Alvarez from Michigan. Thank you for watching. And then Emmanuel J. Emmanuel J. Shout out to Emmanuel J.
Congratulations on your new album, buddy.
Yeah.
It's fire. Yes.
Always.
Somebody said they can't hear me. I wonder.
Who? Well, it's because she wants to sit up, guys. I told her to relax or whatever, and she's like, "No, I'm gonna sit up." So I'm gonna fix the mic for her.
Okay.
No, what it is because you gotta get it.
Oh, I see.
You have to be like.
Right. Is that better, guys?
That's better. You probably can sound a lot better.
No, thank you for everyone that's tuning in. I really appreciate it. I'm just, again, super excited to be here. So thank you for tuning in and watching. And to all the friends and family watching, saludos. So
do you have all your family still in Nevada?
Yes. My little family, I should say. I mean, I have a big family in Costa Rica and Colombia.
Hey, man, you're giving away.
I know.
Gee.
But no, my immediate family, my grandmother and my aunt, who I grew up with and who helped raise me, are still in Nevada. My cousins are there. And I miss them. But I can honestly say I'm not homesick yet. So
hey,
that's a good thing.
To her family watching in Nevada, she really doesn't miss you. Look at her. Read her shirt already. Tacos, tequila, and Texas. ¿Qué más quieres? It's all you need. So what usually happens is your family that's watching, little by little, they're going to start coming.
Yeah.
They're going to come visit. They're going to be like, hey, I really like it there.
Texas.
Come on.
Yes. Come on
and then
down.
a tío, and then by the time you know it, everybody's
Come
here,
on
man.
Down.
So, Karla, first of all, welcome to Wacky Wednesday.
Thank you.
And I want to thank you and Carlos for coming over here and hanging out with me for a couple of hours. You know what I mean? And again, I just find it really flattering that you saw yourself sitting in this chair, and here you are. And so, if you don't know the story between me and Karla is, if you've never seen a Frito Pie Friday, where we try to play new music that's maybe not being played on the radios, or that's not even the case sometimes. Sometimes the artists have new songs that are not mastered, or they're just like dibble dabbling with, and they just want to throw it out there to see what kind of feedback they get. I get a lot of those. And I started here, I think it was, I can't think who was on there. Somebody was playing, and they were like, hey, you came on, and you're like, hey, can I send you a song?
Yeah.
And I was just telling Carlos when you were, a matter of fact, she's an awesome bartender. Awesome bartender, dude. This what do you call this?
Old fashioned.
She's trying to call them old fashioned.
It's pure gasoline. That's what it is.
Cheers. It's not. That is very, very good.
Thank you.
Very, very good. And she brought me, man, hey, shout out, hey, listen to the guest, bro. She brought me a big old bottle of Bullet
Costco
bourbon.
size.
She knew what I love, and she walked in with a bottle. I was like, oh my goodness. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
So what I was going with, you sent me your song, and a lot of people, unless you've been here, shout out to Lucy and Randy. Oh, it's Siri. Siri. She wants to do what she wants to do.
She wants to partake.
Shout out to Randy and Lucy. They were here on Frito Pie Friday co-hosting me last week. And they got to see it. Like, I literally get an email. Mm-hmm. We don't proofread it. We just play it live on the air, just like I get it. Everybody's listening to it at the same time I am. But if I get them during the week, I do listen to them. I try to listen to them, and I kind of rack them and stack them of the ones that I like.
Right.
And it's just my opinion. I'm not saying if I don't like it, it's not that the song's not good. Who the hell am I? I just like my style of, Yeah. And you sent me a song. And when you sent me the song, a matter of fact, I think it was Jonathan.
Maybe.
It might have been
him.
Jonathan's like, hey, have you heard of Karla? I'm like, no. Either he sent it or you sent it. I have to go through the emails. Yeah. But you sent me the email. I played the song right there on the spot. And I still remember, no shit, straight up, I remember listening to that song live, scratching my head, asking myself, why in the hell have I not heard that song on any radio stations? Internet radio at that. How come I had not heard of this woman singing this amazing song? And it was catchy, like this is a cumbia, right? It was
it's a ranchera.
no.
Which one?
It's this one.
It's sure it's me, Bumper.
Yes, it's you. It's que lo sepan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
La ranchera. Yeah,
ranchera.
yeah. But as soon as I heard it, it was just like I was blown away. I was blown away. And again, I'm nobody in the music business. I'm going to throw that out there. So, I don't want people in the saying, well, what the hell do you know? You're right. I do this for the love of music and as a fan of music. It's what I love to do. And so, I played your song and I literally sat here in awe. No shit. I just sat here absorbing every bit of your song.
Thank you, Bumper. That means the world.
And people were just, I wasn't the only one. And the great thing about Frito Pie Friday is that it's the producers, it's the artists. Those are the people that are in the chat room, either,
that's true.
pushing like, oh, that's a badass. Or if you don't see nothing, it's like, okay, next, Bumper, play the next one. You know what I mean? Right. Nobody says anything. But if it's really good, people right away like, who was that? I had Tejano John Angel on here. And, I said this last week, he's like, man, when you started doing that, I started writing down the names of the artists because I want to go and look for them.
Exactly.
And I said, you know what? That's what I want. I want for the person to say, I want people to say, who the hell is Karla Christina?
Yeah.
And let me write it down real quick. Because you hear a song, and I always say this, like, we need to do a better job of putting our name in our music the way Christina does, right? Because you hear a song and it's like, when you're on the radio, if you do get on the radio, how do you know who the hell it is?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, you got to wait for it to hear it again. And if you don't have Shazam or you don't have it uploaded to Shazam, whatever. Exactly. But your stuff was catchy, like literally just very, very catchy. So, and from then on, I was a Karla Christina fan. And, she's again, with social media, man, it makes you feel that you've known people for a long time. You get to build up a rapport, a relationship with them. And that's kind of what we done, you, Sonia de la Paz, I mean, just Demi Garcia, all these, and I can text you guys and it's like a friend that I've had my whole life, like, oh, Bump, yeah, sure, we could do this. Or, hey, listen to this. What do you think?
Exactly.
Man, whatever. And it's crazy. It's crazy to think that I can have that kind of relationship with musical artists. So I love that. And so I just wanted to lay that down, kind of how I not how I found Karla Christina, but how we met and how I was introduced to your music.
Thank you.
So
I appreciate that.
With that being said, what it sounds ugly, right? What are you? Well, I'm a female. I'm just, no. So what are your roots?
So some people don't know this, but my mother was from Colombia, South America, from a city called Bucaramanga. But she,
what was the name of the city?
Bucaramanga.
Bucaramanga. Shout out to everybody watching from Bucaramanga,
Colombia. She grew up in Los Angeles, though. She, my grandmother brought her and my aunt over when they were, I think, in middle school. She graduated from Burbank High School in 1971. So they grew up in L.A. My father, who she met in L.A., is from Costa Rica. And
let me stop you. Your mom came from Colombia she graduated from Burbank High School. And she probably married the only Costa Rican in the whole city of Burbank. Los Angeles or Burbank. Because I don't know if you guys ever been in Burbank, but there ain't no Costa Ricans in Burbank.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they met at some party or something. She had some other, friends, and I don't know how it all happened.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just thought that was crazy.
No, that's fine. That's funny. And anyway, they got married, and 7 years later came Karlita Christina. But anyway, so yeah, I'm half Colombian, half Costa Rican. I was born in Glendale, California. And then I think
Glendale.
And then
Suburbs.
around the time I was 3, I believe, we moved to Nevada. And that's where I grew up. I did live in Florida for a short period of time.
What part of Florida? Clewiston, Florida.
I may be pronouncing it wrong, but
Jonathan right now is hitting his chest. Hell yeah, she's got a bit of Florida in her. She lives in Florida, man.
I did first semester of kindergarten there, but and that was the only time I drove through Texas as a kid, because we drove from Nevada to Florida and back.
That's a long drive.
And I remember taking a nap with my mom and waking up and asking my dad, like, where are we? Estamos en amarillo. Estamos en amarillo. Estamos en amarillo. 2 days later. Yeah. I mean, anyway. So, but yeah, I grew up in Nevada. I was born in California, but I grew up in Nevada.
In Reno.
In Carson City, which is the capital of Nevada. People think it's Vegas. And I grew up in Carson, which is about...
Is there casinos in Carson?
Yeah, of course.
But you know what?
They're tiny, though. They're not like Vegas.
Yeah, but most people who grow up in Nevada or like live in L.A., Reno, any of those, they're not really casino people. They go to eat, and then they go, like, we work, man. We don't go over there to spend
we don't
money.
Gamble, no. And we know that's all. I mean, it's pure luck, obviously. So you're just throwing your money down the drain. But
Reno,
but anyway,
Nevada.
Reno. Reno's where I lived for the last about 12 years. And now I'm in San Antonio.
Wow.
I love it.
So how in the hell did somebody from Reno, Nevada end up in the Tejano music genre?
Okay, so this is a really crazy story. So I guess I should start with saying I began performing professionally or in bands since I was 11. And, we did covers of obviously Selena, Elsa Garcia. We did a little bit of Grupo Más, a little bit of Tejano here and there.
But where did you get that from?
The guys that I was in a band with, some of them listened to Tejano. And we're talking the 90s, right?
In Reno.
And there was a select few, because people don't listen to Tejano out there. It's more of like a norteño and corrido.
Yeah, norteño, regional Mexican.
Yeah. And anyway, so we dabbled in that a little bit. And so I knew of Tejano, a little bit. And anyway, years go by and I do other things. And April 16th of 2021, I'll never forget, Carlos, who's sitting here in front of me, who's my best friend, who moved to San Antonio with me on this crazy journey, he is a drummer. And he admires and follows Aaron Holler on social media. And for those of you who don't know, Aaron Holler is one of Jonathan's really good friends, and he's the drummer on... And
he ain't Tejano either.
Huh?
He ain't Tejano either. He's a Michiganer.
Yep.
If that's the word, Michiganer.
So he's the drummer on the album and mixed and mastered the album. And anyway, so my friend follows him on social media. So April 16th on a Friday morning, Carlos opens his Instagram and sees Aaron Holler's story. And Aaron Holler had posted Que lo sepan, like an instrumental bit of it, and wrote on there, are there any females or women, I don't know what he wrote, interested in singing on this track? So he sends it to me. I'm driving to work. He calls me and he's like, hey, ¿qué crees? Aaron Holler posted this. You gotta, as soon as you get to work, you gotta check this out. So I go on to Aaron Holler's Instagram story. I hear the song. I'm immediately attracted to it. I'm like, oh my God, this is badass, right? And Carlos had already sent Aaron a message, I believe. He's like, tú también mándale un mensaje, like, say that you're interested. I'm like, yeah, I am. So I sent Aaron Holler a message. And Aaron wrote back shortly after and said, hey, I'm going to send the producer and writer of the song, my buddy, your Instagram profile, which had singing videos of me from the pandemic. Because what else were we doing at home going crazy, right? So Jonathan eventually reached out that afternoon, or that morning, actually. And he said that he was still on the fence, you know, and he has his story on, you know, who he wanted to have sing on the track and how things kind of fell through with other artists. And he sent me the song. He said, try it out, you know, record it, see how you feel. And we'll see if, you know, if he likes it, obviously.
But I mean, you've already had heard Tejano music, like with Selena.
Yeah, for sure. And as a child, yeah. So like I said, I liked it. I liked how Tejano it sounded, but at the same time, it had this like modern feel to it because that's what Jonathan is great at doing. So anyway, I messaged with Jonathan. He sent me the song that night. I think that same night or the following day, I recorded it at home, and I sent it over. And to make a long story short, Jonathan ended up liking it and telling me that, you know, he wanted me to record it. I record the song, I think maybe 3 weeks after, there in Reno. And, you know, the song releases in May. And it does really well. You know, people receive it really well. Obviously, you heard it. Other people heard it. It, you know, ended up being number one on some countdowns. And
it was on the charts here at K Alamo.
Yeah, it was number one on K Alamo for, I think, 2 weeks. And Mas Chingon Radio. And, you know, it did really well. And people received it and received me as a debut artist, as a new Tejano artist with open arms, which I'm super grateful for. And then obviously Jonathan and I enjoyed working together. He's become a good friend. I've never met him in person.
Isn't that
crazy?
Isn't that crazy? Like the world that we live in now, that you can make magical music and people, one, never meet each other, two, like totally separate studios. You know what I mean? Yeah. So whoever's producing this music, I mean, you gotta be a bad mofo, man. So shout out to Jonathan. Like, yes. you gotta be a bad dude to be able to take somebody else. Because I mean, you could, you know, Karla could really put into it, but if where she recorded it wasn't very well, then you got to get it. You got to fine tune it. You got to make it, you know, you got to make it yours, and then take the drum part and the bass part and kind of put it all together. I mean, you literally got to be a magician, yeah. Right?
And then, sorry, going back to that, obviously Jonathan and I spoke about working together and, you know, making an album together, and that happened as well. So, you know, he has his team that he works with, which is obviously Aaron Holler, Miguel Hernandez, you know, to mention a few.
Lalo.
I'm sorry?
Lalo,
yes, yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Lalo Morales, yes, of course. And, you know, we put together this album, which is incredible. We poured our hearts into it, and we're very happy with how it's been received as well. We've had really good feedback. I'm super grateful and honored to be on an album with all those amazing musicians who are on the album, and to have worked with Jonathan once again. And at one point I'm thinking, I got to be in San Antonio when this album releases. Like, I don't know how that's going to happen, but we knew it was going to be early January. And, you know, I began looking for jobs probably in August. And, you know, just.
So what do you do, if you don't mind me asking?
I work for the school district. I'm a secretary.
Okay.
I'm not going to say what school district I work for, but I'm the associate superintendent secretary for curriculum and instruction. So, and I've been. So
if shit ain't going right in school, hit up Karla. She'll take care of it for you.
And I've been doing that straight out of high school. I began working in the schools. So, yeah.
Man, that's cool, man. Because do you get to really interact with? You don't really interact with kids?
At the beginning, yes. I started as an ESL aide. So I worked with, you know, the ESL, the English language learners. I was in
English as a second language?
Mm-hmm. That's what I started doing. So I was in the classroom with
those kids are the coolest, though. ESL kids are the fucking coolest motherfuckers, dog.
I enjoyed them.
You know what I mean? They can look at a teacher and cuss around. The teacher does not know a damn thing they're saying.
No idea.
Carlos is laughing because he's over there. He was
one of them. He was one of them.
So, No, man, that's a very interesting, story of where you came, Reno, like it's crazy, you know what I mean? For the average person, every day we go to work. A lot of people, you never get out of your comfort zone, right? You're born here in San Antonio. You're raised here in San Antonio. Your family's here. Your mom, your dad, your grandparents, your brothers, your sisters, your aunts, your uncles, right? And yes, you move out of the house, and that can be crazy, right? You move out of the house, you start your own life, you start your own family, but you still have your family. It's still what you know. You're still comfortable. And for you to do what you did, pick up and leave everything that you know.
Yeah.
To follow your dream. That says a lot about you.
Thank you, Bumper.
Because I honestly believe that there's a lot of people that wouldn't do that because of their I'm one. Like, don't take me out of my comfort zone. You know what I mean? I thrive in my comfort zone.
Yeah, of course.
Everybody does. Hey, you thrive in your comfort. The minute you take me out of my box, it's like, will I survive? Yeah, I'll survive, but I mean, I'd rather not.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, it's a big risk. It's a big risk. It's a big challenge, obviously. And I had never been to San Antonio at that. I knew that I wanted to come here, but I had never been to San Antonio. I had never been to the city. I knew nothing about it other than looking at YouTube videos, like those touristy YouTube videos and stuff. But
so you already visited downtown? You got that out of the way?
I did a little bit. It was super rainy that day, so we need to go back on a day that...
You got to go in the spring, dude.
Yeah.
You got to go in the spring, do the river walk, see our dirty creek. The food down there is not great.
It's not great.
It's okay at best. But dude, you're about to get a straight up, I want to say slap in the face, but that's not a nice thing to say, but you are going to get a slap in your face when have you ever been to fanfare?
No, I'm excited. I'm excited to attend.
Dude, fanfare is crazy.
Is it?
It's crazy. It's crazy the amount of people. It's crazy for the amount of people that come from out of state.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? Because again, we're here, we're sheltered, but it's also like, we're privileged, or not privileged. We're spoiled, right?
Yeah.
We can go tonight and go watch
Everyone.
8 to 10 badass Tejano artists.
Yeah.
Pay $15. You know what I mean? And drive 10 minutes. When people go and they're paying $40-$50 and they got to drive 2 hours, 3 hours, we get spoiled down here. So, but it's crazy when fanfare is just the amount of people that come and support Tejano music, and another thing that I admire you about doing is that, a lot of people like to say the genre is going down. It's not what it used to be, but you jumped in full force, like boom. Yeah. Hey, it's here, man. I'll show you later on tonight going live. I will show you that it's still alive, man. It's still alive and kicking.
Alive and thriving.
I mean, maybe it's not your cup of tea, but it's somebody's cup of tea.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And it's a whole bunch of people's cup of tea. So welcome, dude.
Thank you.
I didn't say that word. Welcome to Texas. Welcome to San Antonio. Welcome to the capital of Tejano music.
Thank you.
And, we want to welcome you with open arms. And I think everybody should. Everybody should give Karla a chance wherever she goes, and listen to her music. Ask for her music. Check it out. Download it. Please. She has a brand new album out. Thank you. You can. It's on all the digital platforms, right?
Everywhere, anywhere, and everywhere you listen to music.
And the music and the show, man, it brings people so much joy. Today, don't know if he's watching. Look, he is on there. Sergio Barbosa, man, he told me what's up.
What's up?
Sergio, his mom has been really, really sick.
Oh.
And, he sent me a message saying, Bump, your show really brings a little joy to me when I've been, and that means a lot to me.
Yes.
I mean, just, you might not think that, like, oh, okay. No, it does. It means so much to me. So, Sergio, we're going to continue to keep praying for your mother, man, and hopefully she gets well soon. And leave it in God's hands, man. Like I told you, you know what I mean? Things will get better. For sure, man. So thank you for always watching the show. You are a faithful fan of Wacky Wednesday, man. I can't wait to finally meet you one day. But Karla, those are the people that you're gonna run into here. You know what I mean? You're gonna have the people who are naysayers.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have the people that are just gonna give you the biggest hug and tell you, man.
And you know what? I wanna touch on that a little bit, Bumper. And I'm not just saying this because I'm sitting here and people are watching, but before I even moved to San Antonio, I've had a plethora of people, overwhelming number of people reach out to me wanting to help to find a job, wanting to help find a place, people that I've never met.
We're Tejanos, that's what we do, man.
And I, and it's crazy because you always hear about the Southern hospitality thing about people in the South. And I'm not, talking crap about people in Nevada. Obviously there are kind people in Nevada as well, but it's overwhelming the amount of people that are so kind and generous and have gone out of their way. And I mean out of their way to help us and, or just to reach out and send a welcome message or, it's been incredible.
I think I talked to you for like an hour. I was on the road. We talked for like an hour. I was like, this is badass, dude. You're coming. You're like, are you ready?
I'm going. Ready or not, here I go. But no, people have been incredible. And I just, going back to the whole, how I ended up here. One thing I do want to mention is I wasn't looking for this opportunity. Like I wasn't seeking out Tejano music. You know what I mean? Not because I didn't like it. It just wasn't I never in a million years did I think that I would have a debut single out in Tejano music, nor did I think I was going to be moving to Texas ever in my life. So what I want to point out is I think something divine, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to believe in, something greater wanted me to be here and to sing Tejano music. And I am forever grateful to whatever that is. And this is where I need to be right now. So anyway.
What I say to that is take it and run with it.
Yes.
Run with it as fast as you can, as far as it'll take you. And what I really love about the females in the genre of Tejano music is that they're very open to helping or giving you advice or, you know what I mean? I mean, somebody like Shelly Lotus, if she tells you something, I mean, she's been there, done it in the good times, the bad times, and she's still making it happen. So if she's ever to stop you, I mean, that's somebody, even if I was a male, that's, I would listen to what she'd have to say. So, that's what I'm really hoping for, and not just in your case, but in all newcomers to the genre or newcomers to you got a new band or you're a new artist, whatever. That's what we're hoping for. That I think that's what we're missing. We're missing the connection between old and new, and being okay. You're already up here as an artist. It's okay to help a younger artist out.
That's important.
You know what I mean? It's okay. I mean, fucking Aaron Holler, he playing drums on your stuff or help. I mean,
yeah.
Right. The dude is he's known in the Tejano music industry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? His name is not thrown around lightly. That's for fucking sure.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
But you're right. And I think it's important for all those big time artists, that are already established. And like you said, it's okay to help out other people that are starting off because, they were there at one point too. Somebody helped them out.
I say that all the time.
They had to start somewhere.
They started somewhere just like everybody else, man.
And, it's important that they reach out. And shout out to Shelly because she's been incredible and she's been incredible to me. She reached out to me I think like a month and a half before the Tejano convention, and congratulated me on the single and said she loved it and was like, hey, I want to introduce you to the Tejano fans in Vegas. Do you want to come down? And I was like,
hell yeah.
OMG, Shelly Lattes, the living legend, just reached out. And I'll be there. I don't know how, but I'll make it happen.
Hola, cola.
Yeah. That's how she texted me.
Hey,
right?
but
yeah.
it's amazing how down to earth she
Oh,
is.
she's incredible. And when I met her, like just her, you get energy and vibes from people when you meet them, and just her energy and her vibe. She's just like an angel on this earth.
She is an angel, but I'll tell you this about her though too. You know, she's been on the show.
Yeah, no, I know.
If you watch the show, I've had all kinds of people on the show, right? Shelly Lattes is she's an alpha male.
Oh yeah.
Like she comes in the room, like she's in control of the room. Period. I don't give a shit how tall, how big, how wide you are. Little Shelly Lattes, she's not Little Miss Dynamite for nothing. Like it took me a little bit to grasp. Well, fuck, that's why they call her Little Miss Dynamite.
That's why.
Dude, she literally just like made me feel nervous on my show. I'm like, oh shit, I'm the nervous one here.
She's Little Miss Dynamite. Saludos, Sonia.
Sonia de la Paz is on here. Probably doesn't make sense, but it's like going to the grocery store and you see tons of bread companies. Don't stop. Keep making music. Help everyone out. Everyone has to eat.
That's true. Amen.
Shout out to Demi Garcia. Demi Garcia is on here.
Yes.
See what I mean? You never know who's going to be in the chat room. You know what I mean? We have all these artists. And here's the great thing to everybody watching. For me, warms my heart. Not just the old fashioned she made me that makes me feel warm. It warms my heart that all these people are supporting her. They're here in the chat room. They're here watching the show. Even if it's for a little bit, they stop by, whatever. They don't stay for the whole couple of hours or how long we're on here. You know, just to show support, to let you know, like, hey, man.
Me cry, Bumper.
No. It cry if you want. I mean, the thing,
I'm
it's awesome.
Yeah. No, thank you.
It's awesome, man. You know what I mean? Like they know that they already know how hard it is, and they live here. You know, they can go home and they can go to their mom and cry, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Carlos, you better have padded shoulders, dude. You know, but it's just
I appreciate it. Thank you.
It's amazing. So to everybody, you know, all the artists watching, thank you for supporting her. You know, thank you for supporting my show. Thank you for supporting Karla, because I could just imagine what you feel like. You know, you're literally out of your realm. You know what I mean? You're out of your comfort box, and that I will say about my state, and I'll say it with complete pride. Yeah. We will welcome anybody. Yeah. We will welcome anybody as long as you respect the ways of, you know what I mean? Some people come, don't come try to change shit. Texas is Texas for a reason. People come here because of that. Right? And I mean that in a very, very gentle, kind way. But we're just welcoming, and you're right, the Southern hospitality. You know, I lived in California for so long, and every time we'd come home on leave, or, you know, when I finally moved back, you really take that for you don't really realize. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You don't have people opening the door for you in California. You know what I mean? They're like, hey, dog, open your own goddamn door. He gonna open the door for you.
No, and I'm, like I said, I'm very happy that I've been able to encounter that, because I feel, and I said this in Midland. We'll talk about that in a little bit. I said this in Midland a couple weekends ago to the audience. I feel like I found my people in Texas, because
hell yeah,
I tend to be that way. You know, I say thank you a lot, and I'm overly grateful, and, you know, and I try to help people out, and I consider myself to be kind, and I have a big heart, and I wear it on my sleeve. But to find so many people that are the same way here,
crazy, right?
Is awesome. It's overwhelming.
Y'all are doing a good job. You using the word y'all yet?
Yes, I have. I started that before I moved here. Yes.
Oh man. Let's see. We have to support each other. That's the only way we're going to survive.
Yes.
Not only that, Karla is the talent that deserves to be recognized and applauded. She's gonna kick some major ass.
Thank
Demi
you,
Garcia.
Demi. Oh my gosh, you guys.
That's awesome, man.
Thank you.
Shout out to Mike Bueno. big shout out to La Chingona.
Yes,
always,
La Chingona.
man.
Saludos.
Always supporting the show, man. Always. She's like constantly supporting. She's another one that we talked through social media. I think I've talked to her on the phone. She helped me the other day. I called her and asked for something. I hadn't like actually heard her voice, but I support everything she does. She does great things for the Onda Tejana. And let's see, I don't want to miss anybody on here. Shout out to Juan Narvaez there from Florida. Mike Bueno in the 956. Aaron's on?
Wow.
Okay, we have Aaron Holler. Aaron Holler's on the
Thank you.
Hey Aaron, you got Carlos over here. He's standing up. He said your name and he stood up. And then when he didn't, he sat back down. So I don't know, he's respecting your name or what, but every time you want to see him get up and down, I just gotta say Aaron, he gets up. They get up, down. No.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
So
I appreciate it.
you're meant to be here then. That's true. That's what you said earlier, right? That divine feeling that you feel that, you were meant to be here. You're meant to be in our genre and your genre. Because I don't want to say our genre. It's your genre now.
Thank you. Thank you.
But just know, Karla, the outside looking in, you got, I cuss a lot. I hope you don't mind.
I do too. Don't
Okay. You're carrying a lot of fucking weight on those shoulders. All females,
Yeah.
One, how hard it is to be, in a male driven genre, male dominated genre, but you're carrying a lot of weight, dude. And so, but here's the thing, man, to the people watching, check this out. I don't know if y'all are ready for this shit right here. Karla makes her way to Texas. Here we are trying to, I'm begging and pleading promoters and club owners, let's do a Chingona Fest and let's get some females out on the stage, this, that, and the other. Karla moves to fucking Texas. And then I see her in Midland opening up for who? Oh, nobody. It's the Mas Chingon. George Lopez. Literally opening up for George Lopez. So he's been on tour here in Texas and they've been using Karla and her band. You guys have been opening up for the show. How in the hell did you get that started?
Whew. That's a pretty cool story too. So in Reno, Carlos and I were in a cover band playing top 40. We did a little bit of top 40 in both English and Spanish, and we played in festivals and casinos and things of that nature. And a particular casino that we played at often, that we had a set gig at one of the bars. That particular year, George came to that casino. That's where he was going to do a show in Reno. And typically, he likes to hire mariachi bands, smaller mariachi bands, to open the show. And the manager reached out to the booking person at the casino and asked if there was a local mariachi band in Reno. And she told him the truth. She said, not really. I mean, not any that I can think of, but I have this band that I highly recommend. They're very versatile. They play anything and everything. And I'm going to send you their information. So she sends me an email and says, hey, you're going to be receiving an email from Doug Goodman. And I'm like, who the hell is Doug Goodman? And she says,
Google him.
Yeah, Google him. Seriously. You're going to, he's George Lopez's tour manager. And this was on a Wednesday. And I remember being at work and getting
a wacky Wednesday.
It was a wacky Wednesday.
It was a wacky Wednesday.
And his show was that Friday. And she's like, you guys might be opening for George Lopez. So I start cold sweating and I'm like, ah. So I text all the guys in the band and I'm like, guys, I think we're going to be opening for George Lopez this Friday. And they're freaking out. And so anyway, the manager emails me and says, hey, I'm so-and-so, blah, 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 blah. What kind of music do you guys play? And I'm like, oh, we play this, we play that.
Play mariachi.
And yeah, definitely not mariachi. But I said, we play some 80s. We play some Carlos Santana. We play some, Bruno Mars. We play everything. And I thought he was going to ask for like a demo or a video or something.
Something.
Nothing. He's like, okay, you come highly recommended. We'll see you Friday at 7:00 or whatever he said. And I'm like, OMG. So anyway, Friday comes along. We show up. We do load in. Obviously, the stage is set up and his entire team is incredible, from the sound guy to security to...
Hey, they are cholos?
No.
Yeah.
Who?
The old ones.
Oh,
They were like,
the old security.
yeah,
They,
all gangsters.
they were
They're all
gangsters.
gangsters.
But
Like, what you looking at? See?
They were all G's.
So no, they were just super nice. So we get to experience just, playing in our hometown for, a really big venue. And obviously he always sells out. He always has, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people in his audience. And so we do sound check. We're super excited, and show comes along. And so there's always this big clock on the stage for everyone, for the band, for George, for the other comedian. And
I'm going to stop you. Aaron Holler
Okay.
said that he'll be a roadie for you guys.
Aaron Holler. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Aaron. So there's a big clock on the stage, and it counts as, usually we play for 60 minutes. And 60 minutes go by, and the tour manager comes up on stage and tells one of the guys in the band, encore, play another song. So we play another song.
So the raza didn't start saying, otra,
No,
otra.
not the raza.
That was before we finished
Right.
the last song.
Yeah, before we finished our last song. And so anyway, we do our last song. We get off the stage, and the tour manager comes up to us and says, do you know who requested that encore? And we're like, no, who? And he said, George Lopez himself. And we're like, no way. And we're all like freaking out. We're like, George requested the last song, you guys. He heard us. We're like totally being big dorks. And security starts talking to us and telling us, like, you guys did great, and I have a feeling you guys are gonna be working with us more often, and blah blah blah. And we're
That's
like,
badass,
yeah, right,
dude.
yeah, right. So then shows, George does a show, and he goes into his green room, and I asked the tour manager, Doug, I said, Doug, is there any way we can meet George? Like, can we just go in there briefly and like just take a picture with him and say, like, nice to meet you? And he's like, oh no, he wants to meet you guys. Like, he wants to, sit down and meet you guys. And so he's like, give me a few minutes, whatever. We wait for him a little bit, and then we go into the green room, and George gets up off his little couch that he's hanging out on, and he's like, sit down, guys, have whatever you want to drink. He always
He
has.
didn't go.
Probably. He says, have tequila, have, whatever, they always have tequila and tecate.
Does he drink?
He does. He does.
He does?
Yeah. Yeah. Not like,
He's not supposed to.
I know. He shouldn't, right?
Yeah, he shouldn't drink. He only gets one kidney.
Yeah. No,
Fucking George,
he
dude.
gets down.
Keep doing your thing, homie. Keep doing your
He
thing.
gets
Y
down.
luego?
So we go in, we again, like you said, just he starts talking to us like he's known us our entire life. We start drinking. I had a little too much tequila that night. I sang a mariachi song to him. I sat next to him on the couch y le canté 100 años.
Carlos like that?
Yeah, bien peda.
Damn.
I got video, yeah.
I want a video.
And so anyway, we just, he told us some really intimate stories, some really cool things. We laughed.
Does he really carry himself the way he is on stage? Or he's a little more chill?
He's chill, and he's funny, though. He's funny off stage, too.
Like all the time, right? Like anything he
Oh,
says?
yeah. And he's so humble, so humble. I think he really stresses that, he doesn't forget where he came from and his roots. And anyway, we had an incredible time. We hung out for about 4 hours that night, no joke. And that same night, he asked us, so this was like, I remember the beginning of November. He's like, what are you guys doing December 29th or something? And this was like, way before the pandemic. And I said, well, I don't know, probably nothing. And he says, I'd like for you guys to play at the Microsoft Theater, which was formerly known as the Nokia Theater for many, many years, which is right next to the Staples Center. And it fits 72 or 7,400 people. And he told us that. And he's like, I'd like for you guys to play there. Huh? 7,400, 7,400. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the Nokia is the one right across from the Staples Center, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I've been there.
you've been there.
Yeah.
And so at this point, you know, we've all had too much tequila and blah, blah, blah. And he tells his best friend at the time, a comedian as well. He says, go tell Doug. Doug was outside the room, you know, because it was just us hanging out with him. He says, go tell him I want these guys in LA. And we're all looking at each other, like all of us in the band, like, yeah, right. Este güey está pedo. And like, this isn't going to happen, right? Like, whatever.
Carlos, I'm just a kid from the F, vato. Yeah. Gonna make it all the way to LA.
So we're like, yeah, sure, whatever. Well, you know, we end up hanging out with him, like I said, for 4 hours. And then, yeah, two weeks later, Doug reaches out and he's like, so are you guys coming to LA? We're like, oh, so it's serious. So we went to LA.
So when you say go to LA, I wanna, because it's Wacky Wednesday, I like to ask these crazy questions.
Ask away.
Do they pay for that shit?
So
or they just like, hey, get to LA, we'll pay you when you get here.
They do pay. So they do pay, you know, they don't, people think that we get paid like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. I mean, the show goes on whether we play or not, you know, like they hire local, you know, mariachi bands, or if they don't hire anyone, they have an iPod play. So it's not like, you know.
She said iPod.
Yes. Is that ancient?
I haven't heard fucking iPod. Goddamn, I don't know. When's the last time I heard somebody have an iPod?
But yeah, the show goes on. So, you know, I think, you know, the band, and they have a select few bands that they work with that are, you know, consistent, which,
right.
You know, we're one of them, but
hell yeah.
They I think it's, I mean, again, it's exposure, and it's to be able to say, hey, we're opening up for El Más Chingón. So, you know, we make decent money in the sense that everyone gets, you know, their fair share, and it's enough to, you know, cover.
Aaron Holler drum roll right now. Aaron Holler drum roll. What's going on? Let me ask you a question though. Now that you're in our genre, now that you're in the genre, not ours, you gonna play your shit?
We did, yeah.
All of them?
Not all of them. We couldn't do all of them.
Because there is some people who, you know, that don't understand. Is it, you had to play a little top 40 with it, like mix it in?
Yes. And I think because that's why he liked what.
Because y'all are diverse.
Yeah, and we play a variety, and we want to, you know, warm up the people that are there in the audience, you know, and,
right.
And just, so in Midland, we performed 2 songs off the album. And again, they were received very well. And it's exciting to be able to now open as Karla Christina and not as, you know, Audio Sky, which was the band.
What was the name of the band?
Audio Sky.
She's got the tattoo. Audio Sky. No te crees. Hey, but dude, that's crazy. George Lopez, the king of Chicano comedy, man. People can argue, but to me, he is. He's the king of Chicano.
He's incredible.
You know, but the fact that you're opening up for him, I mean, the audience is in your face. You're not looking. You're not having to go out and look for your. There's an audience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All I would suggest is that you throw your name out there as much. Like have Karla. Who's the animator? Who
I have to do all the talking and all that. Yeah. No, I do. I throw out my.
You don't talk, Carlos?
He's so shy.
Dude,
Well,
the
he
drummer
is,
should
and
be
he's
able to talk because he can't even see you
He has a
anyway.
mic.
You
He
might
has
as
a
well
mic.
talk. Be like, hey, you're listening to Karla Christina. You're listening to Karla.
No, and I do, and then we did it as Audio Sky too. We always throw our name out. We throw our social media handles out there, and we always gain, you know, a few more.
Is that
followers.
Mingo Mariano one? That what somebody
sorry?
said?
Who?
You know Mingo Mariano?
I haven't met him yet.
Oh, he's awesome, dude. He's
Is
great.
he here?
I think Sonia de la. That was my uncle who apparently doesn't watch the show, right? Because he's calling on a Wednesday. He's calling on a Wednesday after the Wednesday evening.
Saludos to everyone watching. But
let's see,
Miguel, Sonia,
Ricky. Hey, shout out to Ricky Duran. from Houston. He does he
Yes.
does the radio. Did you do your interview with him?
Actually, he was the first. So the first Tejano interview I did was Houston's Tejano Hits, and it was with him.
Ching.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to my boy Chris Tristan Tejano, man. You haven't done one with my boys, right?
Who?
Right here. Check it out.
Who?
To hottejano.com, Chris Tristan. So, Chris, if you're
so.
watching Tejano, man, you need to get God on the show and get her an interview, man, and introduce you to your fans over there on that internet radio station.
Thank you.
El Vidal is on here, man. Great interview.
Saludos.
Yeah, man. Dude, you got a lot of Floridian fans, bro.
I wonder why.
Damn.
I wonder why.
Yeah, man. Let's see. Houston Tejano Hits. Shout out to that's right. Houston Tejano Hits.
Yeah.
.com. Let's somebody put on here.
Let's see.
Oh, somebody said, Bumper, you got to get Aaron Holler on your Wacky Wednesday.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Jonathan. If Aaron Holler can friend me
Ooh,
on Facebook,
there you go.
I'll consider that breaking the ice, and then we'll go from there. Fuck, he might be on here next week. Who knows?
He might be at his limit.
I'm just messing with you. But no, yeah, reach out, man. I would love to have him on the show and get his insight on the music biz.
stories.
Another guy who comes from out of state, you know what I mean, and puts a big shoe and a big shoe print on our genre of music, man.
Yeah.
And you know, it's just, again, I really want to push the fact that I just talked about this like 3 weeks ago, or it was 3 weeks ago, how we label ourselves, you know what I mean, within the borders of Texas. You know, that's Tejano music. Shit, you're from Reno, Nevada. These dudes producing your music are from
Jonathan's
Florida.
in Florida.
Shout out to my mom. My mom just texted me, hello, I'm waiting for my hello. See what I got to put up with?
Oh my
Christina?
gosh. Saludos to your mom.
Oh my goodness, man. Shout out to everybody in Beeville, Texas, watching. You know, I got my family there. They're always watching. Not all you saw my Theo. He's calling in the middle of the show.
Right. Oh my
Hey, Mom, call your brother. Let him know I'm on the show. Call Jesse. Let him know I'm in the middle of Wacky Wednesday. Karla, so again, it's always saying, you know, we as Tejano, sometimes we draw that border, and like we can't imagine that there's songwriters, producers, artists that are coming outside the state of Texas playing the music that we grew up with, that we love.
Yeah.
You know, that's cool. That's badass. For me, it's amazing that we reached, our music has reached all the way out there.
Yeah.
You know, and I know Selena had a lot to do with, you know, breaking the borders, and you know what I'm saying? Maybe somebody have never heard of Tejano, Tex-Mex, whatever you want to call it, Chicano music. And she helped with that. Yeah. But there's people been grinding before her, and there's going to be people grinding, you know, after. Yeah. Thank her for everything, for the huge heart and, you know, that she put on our music. I mean, I couldn't imagine what it would be without her, you know?
Exactly.
But that's why I said you carry a lot of weight on your shoulders, man. You do. Like that's a lot.
Yeah.
You got it? You think you can handle it?
I hope so. I hope so. Yes, I can.
Karla, congratulations on the new album. Honorable mention goes to Mejor Sin Ti. Continued success.
Thank you, Mingo.
He said honorable mention.
Yes, he loves that song. And he's one of the people that reached out to me. Again, I haven't met him yet in person, but we're going to here pretty soon, that reached out and just, you know, welcomed me and definitely let me know that he enjoyed Mejor Sin Ti. People have just been so nice.
I called Mingo for something. I needed either to get somebody's number or what to do about something, whatever. And he answered me right away. He's like, hey, you know, whatever. And I thought that was cool. Like, man, you're talking to Mingo Mariano, you know what I mean? Like, this guy, he knows what, he's been in the business for a long time. So I just found that most people, I find, you know, I get the question all the time, Bumper, how in the hell do you get these people on the show?
Yeah.
They think that I got this checkbook that I just like write these checks and people show up at the door and I give them a check and they come on the show. It is not even nothing like that. You know what I mean? It's literally a message, a phone call. I called Karla to get Carlos's number. Carla, you got Carlos's number? Yeah, yeah. Well, let me make sure he'll call
Right.
Carlos. Hey, Carlos, you mind? Yeah, give him my
exactly,
number.
exactly.
Call, and then it's like, I'm using that as an example, right?
Right.
I call and it's like, yeah, man, I would love to do that. That's cool. I watch you. I've been watching
Right.
a couple of your shows.
That's
And I
awesome.
usually throw questions out there to see if they, and when they answer them, I'm like, oh, they really do.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if you were watching the Frito Pie Friday one night when the legend called into the show.
Yes. Yes.
I was just fucking blown away.
I know. You were super excited.
Like, how in the hell is little Joe watching this show that we're,
I know.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he called in. I was just, you know, I was
You
in,
lost it.
yeah, I lost it. I was in another.
You lost it.
Look, they're already starting. See, I should have said nothing about the check.
Oh,
Look, Sonia de la Paz, my check back. Hey, Sonia, that motherfucker's still bouncing right now.
Oh my gosh. I want to send a huge shout out to so many people, but I want to thank Miguel Hernandez and Memo Rincon.
Memo, Miguel. I didn't say Miguel because I don't know you, but Memo, I know.
Yeah, you know Memo. So George Lopez's team. So I arrived on a Thursday, like afternoon. I don't know, around 2:00. I pulled into the house we're renting in San Antonio, and Friday I'm running around going to get like keys for the mailbox, doing things that you do when you move into a new place. And I'm driving around, and George Lopez's team reaches out to me, and they're like, "Hey, welcome to Texas." One of them lives in Texas. His sound guy lives in Austin. And he's like, "So do you have a band?" And I'm like, "Guys, I just got here yesterday. Like, I haven't even been here 24 hours. Well, we have a couple shows in Texas that we'd like you to do. So, can you make it happen?" And I'm like,
fuck those mail keys. You gotta get
right. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like I just got here. Like I haven't, I had been talking to a lot of these people, like Miguel and other musicians and stuff, but I hadn't met them in person. I reached out to Miguel, he reached out to Memo, and they're like, "Yeah, we're down, we'll do it." And I'm so thankful and grateful that they came on board like literally super quick.
Let's do this.
And let's do this. And
That's
we
badass,
made
man.
Midland happen, and we're going to be in Corpus Christi on Friday at
Shut
the Selena Auditorium.
auditorium. I was just about to say.
And I'm freaking out.
So I saw on social media. You already went to the Selena Museum. You went to the grave site. You went. You did all. You knocked those out of like right away. Let me put the boxes.
Like
in
our
those.
first weekend here.
Yeah. That's badass because for me, that really shows me you're a really true fan, not just of Selena, but of the genre.
Yeah.
And
it's something I wanted to do.
Yeah. I don't know another person like you. So if you haven't downloaded Karla Christina's album, you need to check it out, right?
Thank you.
Karla with the K, Christina with the C. Look her up on all your platforms, wherever you get your music. It's on there. Download it, because again, I don't know anybody like you. Like I don't know. I mean, musicians come from other states. I get it, but for the singer to come and like start brand new, fresh. The dude who used to sing with the Cumbia Kings.
DJ King?
No, he came from Michigan too.
Which one? Well, I guess they've had
He started a new group. Oh shit, I can't think of his name right now. Somebody will put on here. He just started a new group, but he came here from Michigan, like, and he got on with the Cumbia Kings, and AB took him under his wing. Ricky Valens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but female, like, I don't know, like, that's crazy. Again, I'm still sitting here in amazement that you just left everything that you knew in Reno, Nevada, and said, "Fuck it, I'm going to San Antonio. I'm going to live my dream."
That's what I said.
Because you watch the movies growing up, right? Yeah. Everybody wants to be in the movies. Everybody packs their shit up. They go to LA, Hollywood, trying to get in. Everybody wants to get in the music businesses. They pack their shit up and go to Nashville and try to, get a contract.
Want to be on Broadway? Go to New York.
Yeah, you want to be on Broadway? Go to New York. Yeah. Nobody comes to San Antonio to the Riverwalk.
No. No,
So, Ricky Valens and it's called Los Lost Boys.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Sonia de la Paz and Aaron Holler. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
See that? Artist in the chat room.
Where else?
They're going to fucking square us away. Make sure that we're not passing
This is awesome.
bum scoop, man. Karla, what else, man? Like, do you have any brothers and sisters?
I'm an only child. Okay, so it's complicated. I'm an only child. I have a half brother that is about 10 or 11 years older than me, who lives in Germany. I've seen him twice in my life. We talk once in a blue moon.
He's German?
No, he's from Costa Rica, but he has lived in Europe for the last 15 years. He lived in
that's
Italy.
so weird for me. I think a lot of Americans, it's weird when you say they live in Germany, they live in Italy, they live in what do you mean? Why would they want to live there, not here? You know what I'm saying? And they're from somewhere else.
Yeah. He loves Europe. He lived in Italy for a long time, and then most recently is in Germany. Loves Germany. But from my mom and my dad, I'm the only child.
Spoiled.
So yeah.
Spoiled, Carlos? Yeah, madre.
A little bit.
Yeah, he said yes, without a doubt. Yes,
Well, he
spoiled.
has quite a few siblings. So
Real quick, shout out to I love beautiful Karla Christina. She's a gift to our world from God. Goosebumps upon goosebumps is what she gives me when she opens her mouth and sings. She sings with her soul and grabs your heart. Legend in the radio.
I know.
Legend in the radio
She's
business.
incredible.
Bonnie, we're praying for you. We're hoping you and your family, you and the boys get well soon.
Sending good vibes.
We're
and
sending
prayers.
good vibes to you. And thank you for always tuning in. Again, thank you a million times. I can never thank you for how much you support the show. Thank you so much. Let's see.
Bonnie. She's so sweet.
Bonnie, they're talking. They're having their own conversations on there. So only child. Your parents still in Reno?
My mom passed away.
Okay. Sorry.
No, it's okay. She passed away. It'll be 11 years in June. Yeah. And my like I said, my grandma, my aunt are still in
Reno?
In Nevada, yeah. So.
And grandma looks over you?
Yes. My grandma's a badass.
I could see it when you said grandma. You were like, just could tell by your facial expressions.
And shout out to my grandma because we all lived in the same house. My aunt, her daughter, which is my cousin, who has been like a sister for me, my mom and my grandma. And so they would go to work, to feed us and put food on the table and clothe us. And so my grandma is the one that would go to band practice with me when I was a kid. And
who sings? Who's a musician?
Nobody in my family. No.
Nobody you grew up with played an instrument, sang, nothing.
No. My mom had a really pretty singing voice. She would put on, Juan Gabriel, Isabel Pantoja, Rocío Dúrcal, Rafael, when she'd be cleaning on the weekends and stuff. And that's the music I grew up listening to. But
I only knew one name in there. That's
really?
It. Yeah, I just knew one
And
name.
she would sing beautifully. But never, it wasn't like a passion for her. Or she just, she could sing in tune. She had a really pretty singing voice. But anyway, I was saying my grandma is the one that would go to band practice with me. She would drive me to all the gigs. My mom many times couldn't go because she was working. And so my grandma has been through it all with me. Yes.
Which one? Top or bottom?
Ay.
Soledad y el mar.
Probably that one, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Wait, or should I do one off the album?
Well, definitely not that one. Somebody told me the other day, like, Bumper, please use my YouTube login. Because, hey, dude, I'm cheap, bro. I still listen to everything with commercials. It's free. It's free.
Yeah.
I can listen to the commercials, man. Because people are asking, they want to hear you. They want to hear you sing a little bit.
I would love to do something off the album, but if there's time, we can do something else.
No, we can. Let's do one off the album.
Okay.
So how are you gonna do it though? Because I don't got the I don't got the high speed, low drag where I can take like the voice off of a song. There's some people that have that.
Well,
you can take the voice off and just play the.
I have the instrumental track to Triste Memoria.
Jonathan.
I know, that's the one. And I just think it would be appropriate because, you know, we're here in the studio and it's a ballad. It's the ballad off the album called Triste Memoria.
Yeah.
So
you want to send it to me?
I emailed it to you
Let's see.
in that email.
Oh, down here at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
But you need headphones.
Okay.
But let me know that you can hear me because I don't want you to start singing like I didn't sing good because.
Is there like a right? And
No,
a
I
left?
don't matter. But it doesn't really matter. It's all the same.
Oh wow, that's loud.
It's too loud. You may turn it down.
Yeah.
Oh, it's because I put it to me and I'm deaf. A lot of people know I'm deaf.
Oh, I am too, but
I'm like real.
but this is like
Yeah, but they
check.
check. Como quisiera que.
It's the microphone, girl. The mic's badass. That's why. Is that good?
That's good for my voice, but then I don't know how loud the music will be. That's super loud. Yeah. Como quisiera que supiera lo que yo siento con todo el daño que dejaste. ¿Acaso pensabas que no me levantaría? Estás equivocado porque ya no soy la misma. Me dejaste abandonada, me dejaste desahuciada, pero todo fue por nada, que ahora vivo feliz, feliz sin ti. Me tiraste al olvido sin razón y sin motivo, pero todo fue por nada, porque ahora vivo feliz, feliz sin ti. Ahora eres nada más y nada menos que una memoria, triste memoria. Quiero que sepas que yo estoy mejor sin ti. Todas tus humillaciones solo me hicieron más fuerte. ¿Acaso pensabas que no me levantaría? Estás equivocado porque ya no soy la misma. Me dejaste abandonada, me dejaste desahuciada, pero todo fue por nada, porque ahora vivo feliz, feliz sin ti. Me dejaste al olvido sin razón y sin motivo, pero todo fue por nada, porque ahora vivo feliz, feliz sin ti. Ahora eres nada más y nada menos que una memoria, triste memoria. Thank you, Bumper.
I'm speechless, bro. Mera neta.
Thank you.
Straight speechless. Like
It's old fashioned.
no, I mean it's. Come on, this is just one little drink, which is amazing. But honestly, that was great. That was beautiful.
Thank you so much.
People sing here all the time, and I always say like it's so different. You know, when people ask me like, how does it when they're singing? I said it's different. Like it, you know, everybody that have they're an artist for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys just walk into the studio and be like, hey, give me this microphone. What? Listen to me. You know, this is what you do.
Yeah.
And
Thank
I
you.
forget that. You have an artist here, like you forget, like that's what these people do. It's amazing, man. It's just the passion in your voice, the different pitches. It's badass, man. So shout out to your whole team, Jonathan, everybody.
Oh my gosh. I want to send a huge shout out to everyone that participated in the album too. So obviously Jonathan Espinosa, incredible writer and producer. He also recorded, I believe guitars and did some vocals on there along with his kids on one of the tracks. Miguel Hernandez, Aaron Holler, who is an incredible drummer. We all know that, and an incredible mixer and master of the album. Emiliano Gaona. I always feel like I'm massacring his last name. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Guyona, Gaona.
Emiliano's, Emmanuel's brother. Yes.
Guyona, yeah.
Right, okay. He participated in the album.
Or Emmanuel J.
Emmanuel J's brother, right? That's his
Ghana.
name? Ghana.
Yeah, the Gauna.
Okay.
Yeah, Ghana.
So Emiliano, his brother, recorded bass on the album. Lalo Morales. Shout out to Lalo Morales. Eddie Perez. And,
Damn, Eddie Perez too?
Yeah. And Valentino Maltos.
See, dude, here's the part that I want to like stress to the people watching. All those people she named, you'll hear them with other people, like they're helping each other, keeping this music alive and doing what they this is what's great. This is what they love to do. If you're a fan of music, this is why we get the music when we want to hear it on our phone or we want to hear it on the radio. These are the people that spend hours and hours and hours. Am I too loud, right?
No, it just sounds really
crispy,
immersed in this.
So, but these guys spend hours and hours and hours to give us that final product. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I just, it's badass. Like it's a badass thing. Karla, have you ever, before you said, I'm going to move to San Antonio, did you ever just stop and say, man, I don't know if this is for me?
I'm glad you bring that up because this is why we titled the album Soñadora. And this is why there's an intro at the beginning of the album that talks about always dreaming and never, I think as kids, we're big dreamers. Like we all want to grow up and be amazing things, right? Like we want to be famous soccer players and baseball players and be singers or be actors or be these unattainable careers. And as kids, we're like, we're going to do this and it's nothing's impossible. But as we start growing up, I think reality hits and we have to start making a living. And I think it's easy to sit there sometimes and think, well, in our case, music doesn't pay the bills. This isn't, it's not going to work out because it only pays the bills if you're a big time celebrity, right? If you're really, you're on tour and you're, Celine Dion or something like that, right? But, and I think the little girl in me who would perform for her family every night, and I mean every night, in the living room, and had my family hold flashlights so that I could pretend I was on this huge stage, because that's what I wanted to do at 3 years old. That little girl still lives in this 37-year-old woman, and I still remember that. Like I remember, I'm going to get emotional. I remember that, and so many of my dreams have been coming true before this Tejano deal, but definitely after. And, the album and just being here and performing at these venues with George Lopez, I always say that, when we got offered that opportunity, that little girl always dreamt of singing in front of a sea of people. You know, like I wanted to just sing in front of thousands of people, and that has come true. And so, poquito a poquito, many of my dreams have come true. Possibly not when I wanted them to come true. You know, they're coming true later in life. But that's why we titled it Soñadora. And I think, you know, going back to your question, it's important that we as adults continue dreaming. And sometimes it seems cheesy, or it seems, you know, dumb, or whatever you want to call it, but we should never stop dreaming, because dreams come true. I mean, look, I wanted to be on your show, and I'm sitting here on your show, you know, and so it's, and you don't know how it's going to happen. Like I just wanted to sing for the world so bad. And Carlos sees Aaron Holler's story that day, and then all this happens. And
everything like that.
Yeah, everything lines up. And, you know, whether you want to call it manifestation, whether you want, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know, but I get emotional because so many wonderful things are happening. And I am so grateful, and I'm so blessed. And I've met incredible people like you and Jonathan and his entire team, and people that I've yet still, you know, to meet. I'm so grateful. And all I can say is, I don't care how old you are, nothing should stop you from dreaming and pursuing your dreams, or you know, your career, whatever it is that you want to do. Because sometimes you think, oh, it's impossible, or it's not going to happen, or, you know, how am I going to get money to do this, or how am I going to, and somehow, some way it works out, Bumper. Somehow, some way it works out.
Yeah, it does. And, you know, again, I am just in amazement of you just saying, fuck it, I'm going to do it. And here you are, you're doing it. And I just find that it's just, to me, it's amazing. You know what I mean? I know. So, you know, somebody's watching this, you're watching this now, or you're somebody, you know, maybe find this video, who knows, 3, 4, 5 months from now. And it doesn't have to be a singer. Like, if you're just on the edge about doing something,
Anything.
I mean, here it is, right? You just heard from a 37-year-old woman who, you know, is living her dream, living her life, and still is not, you know, I haven't heard that in a long time. I haven't heard somebody saying, you know what, never stop dreaming no matter what your age is. Because, you know, I'm honest. I don't know if I dream, but maybe, you know, when I was in the Marine Corps, I used to make goals. Mm-hmm. You know, when you come in, they tell you, like, hey, set goals for yourself. I want to be this rank by this many years. I want to be this rank by this many years. Mm-hmm. I want to be able to go to this school. I want to do this, that, and the other. And I fulfilled that. And I think when I got done with that, I didn't do that anymore. And you saying that, I think I need to start doing that. You know, little goals. You know, like only eat 5 tacos a week minus 20 tacos a week. You know what I mean? Little goals.
That's impossible.
That's
tacos are tacos.
Yeah, that's attainable, man. Something attainable, bro. But Karla, again, I really glad that you're on the show, because I want the world to see who you are. If they didn't know who you are already, you know, you're here. You're here in San Antonio. So if you're one of my friends, if you promote, if you own a club, whatever,
we're ready.
They're ready to rock and roll. Carlos is in the background with his eyes open, like, you sure? Are you sure you're ready?
No, and we came with that mentality. Like, we both, you know, for him it was a huge, I mean, obviously getting up and moving to another town is a huge sacrifice, and we both said, you know, we're ready to work hard, and we're ready to, you know, to start gigging. We want to, you know, start playing as soon as possible. Obviously, we've had these 2 shows with George, and that's been a blessing. But, you know, we wanna play some of these Tejano scene clubs, and we're ready to go. We're ready to go. And I just, again, shout out to everyone watching and tuning in. Thank you so much I really appreciate it.
Josie Samoto's like,
Oh, Josie.
Yeah,
I want to
she's-
send her a huge shout out. She has been incredible. She's so sweet and she's everywhere. She
like,
supports
what do
everyone
you
and-
mean later in life? You're still a spring chick. Karla, Christina,
I don't feel like it
you've got this,
sometimes.
amiga. You got this.
Oh, she's so sweet. She's incredible. Thank you, Josie. Thanks for watching and
Um,
huge shout out to Josie.
So tonight, I know you've been to the George Lopez and, you've kind of been. Tonight, there's something going on in the city of San Antonio.
Yes.
If you live in San Antonio, the kids don't have school tomorrow. Most school districts cancel school tomorrow because in the morning it's supposed to be ugly, which means not right now.
Just
You know,
in the
it's
morning.
cold and windy, right? But if your kids are in bed, you got older kids to watch your kids, you got, I don't know what you got to do. But if you want to come out and meet Karla, myself, and go out for a great cause. Here, when we're done with the show, we're probably going to scarf some food down real quick, and we're going to haul butt to the Thirsty Horse. The Thirsty Horse Saloon, which is, I think it's off Northwest Military, if I'm not mistaken. The Thirsty Horse Saloon, where my buddy who I had on the show, Mr. Hinaro, G-Man, just you guys will hear that word, and you'll just, when you hear the word G-Man, the name G-Man, it's just going to be the pinnacle of sound. You know what I mean? Like every artist wants him doing their sound. So, he's a hard man to come by. But he's helped out so many people. So his mother recently passed, and we're trying to get some money raise a little money for funeral expenses and whatnot. And he does so much for the industry. So the least we could do is go out and support him in a time of need. And check out our genre, dude. Check out our freaking genre.
Yeah.
Michael Salgado, David Lee Garza, Ladez, Cesar from David Lee, Gabriel Zavala, Stephanie, Shelly Lattis, Emmanuel J, Ram Herrera. All these people that I just said are going to be there tonight. Tonight here. They probably already started. They started actually 30 minutes ago. So if you're not doing anything tonight, or you just want to find something to get into, go out there, come out and greet Karla with the big old Texas hug. Welcome her to Texas. And I think this is the first time you're going to be around some artists, man, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I got to meet some of those in
Vegas. Yeah.
But some of them I have not had the opportunity to meet and or to perform. Like I was dying to watch Stephanie Montiel perform, but they performed in the evening, like late at night. And we were so tired all of those nights. I know Cumbia
Carlos, really, dog?
We
went
went
to sleep early?
so early, and we missed all the Gran Baile shows. We'd say, oh, we're gonna take a nap, and like we'll wake up later.
Wake up at 8 in the morning. Yo, we missed the show.
Yeah, no, we were so exhausted. So I missed a lot of the shows the performances that I wanted to watch. So
Let me see if I can.
I'm excited.
If I have the. I can pull it up. I know I have it here. There it is, right there. So here's just a little lineup. I just want to show everybody this. Here's the show tonight, man. I'll leave it on there for you guys to check it out. The Thirsty Horse Saloon is the place to be tonight. Here in about an hour or so, we'll be there. Come up, say hello. I'm just looking forward to taking Karla to see all these great artists perform.
yes, I'm excited.
Dude, but this is like a what do you call it, concert. These are the concerts you want to go to because you just don't know who's going to show up. You don't know what can happen. Yeah. Somebody can bring up somebody on stage and you might see a duet or something that you'll never see ever in your life again. That's what's great about our how like family oriented our genre is. And, again, supporting one of our own, supporting a man who just got inducted into the Tejano Roots Hall of Fame this year. G-Man did. So we're going to be out there.
definitely go out and
We're,
support
we're gonna
her.
we're gonna go out there and make sure you dress warm because when we leave there, it's probably gonna be
Freezing,
really, really,
literally.
really cold, man, for sure. I want to play. I know it's not on your new album, but I want to play a song
Uh-huh.
that just to me was just so freaking catchy.
Okay. It is on my album.
It's on the new. It's on.
Yeah.
See.
So
I mean,
okay, so I know. So
but it's like it's not though. It's like a single by itself though.
well, because it was going to be on the Espinosa Experience, on Jonathan's album, and so it was released as
Oh
as
yeah,
that
because Lalo
single.
has one on there. I got you. I
Yes.
got you. I got you. Okay. Okay.
And Jonathan said he wanted it to be a part of the album, so it's a part of the album.
So this was the first email I ever got from either Jonathan or Karla,
Yeah, I can't remember.
but I played the song, and this is a song that I was speaking about earlier, where I just sat here and I told Carlos before. I think you were out there making the old fashioned, like the song just stuck. Like it just, I played it all the next day, all the day after. Like I just kept playing it and playing it and playing because it's so catchy. I'll let you guys hear it.
I like the way you look at me. I like the way you talk to me. You make me feel like a queen. Me gusta como tú me miras. Me gusta como tú me hablas. Me haces sentir que soy una reina. La reina de todo tu universo. Me gusta cuando me acaricias. Me gusta como tú me besas. Me haces sentir segura y completa. Y en esta vida siempre voy a ser tuya. Que lo sepan todos, que yo soy la mujer que te hace suspirar cuando me ves caminar. Que lo sepan también, que todavía me ves como esa chica que conociste en el ayer.
amazing. That was it. That was a song. That was a song that had me sitting in this chair, looking at the camera, like I don't know, just I was dumbfounded on how that song was just not like it wasn't number one already. You know what I mean? Like it just caught me. There's just some songs that just catch you.
Yes.
You know, that was one of them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm so glad that you're fulfilling your dreams.
Thank you, Bumper. Thank you. I appreciate it.
And I wish you nothing but success in everything that you do. You know what I mean? From you moving here, your success of in the school district.
Thank you.
And you know what I mean? Because we kind of forget about that, right? That's your everyday life, right?
Yeah.
But I wish you nothing but success in that.
You.
And you know what I mean? That it brings you joy and that, your career prospers here.
Thank you.
That's what I would wish for and hope for. I glanced at a comment, and this comment is from Central Florida. And this lady is a good friend of mine.
Okay.
She's actually on her husband's Facebook watching. They watch together. Okay. Shout out to my buddy Tigo and his beautiful wife Rhea. I got to spend the weekend with them a couple of weeks ago in Miami. And they're Puerto Rican.
Okay.
Their salsa is like,
right.
You know what I mean? And Rhea loves everything. She loves top 40, loves everything. Mm-hmm. But I played your song. And her comment was awesome. She's like, now you got me going to Google to find the CD.
Nice.
And Rhea's old school. She'll download it and she'll probably order the CD, try to see somebody has a CD and get it sent to her house. So shout out to the Santiagos there in Central Florida. Thank you guys for always watching, always supporting your buddy. Saludos, prima, Marco Rodriguez, and he put the flag of
Costa Rica.
Dang.
Yes, I had a couple of my cousins in Costa Rica watching.
Hell yeah.
Saludos a mis primos en Costa Rica. Los quiero mucho. Les mando muchos besos.
So they're watching from Costa Rica ahorita?
Yeah.
What time is it over there?
I believe they're an hour ahead right now.
10 o'clock, East Coast time?
Yeah.
Saludos a todos de Costa Rica.
Costa Rica. Have you ever been?
Never.
Oh my gosh. It's beautiful.
Not as beautiful as the F, eh?
I don't know about that. No, I'm kidding. No. And you know what? All countries have.
Carlos is like, wait a minute. What the hell are you talking about?
All countries have their magical places.
Yeah, definitely. No, I've heard, so I've had some rings from Costa Rica, and, they love, everybody's passionate about where they're from.
Yeah.
It's always the best. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Texas, we're the worst at it. We got belt buckles, caps. I mean,
oh my God.
Shit, we love our hamburger spot so much we even buy socks that say Whataburger on them. But Karla, I want to again thank you so much for coming onto the show and for your kind words, because your words really mean a lot to me. To hear you say, it was a dream for me to come. I saw you watching the shows in Reno, Nevada, and here I am now in San Antonio.
I know,
and you did it.
Super crazy.
You're here, and I only have one job, and my job is to let the world know who Karla Christina is. That's my job. I take it seriously. Nobody's paying me for it. I'm not getting, I got a free smoke, what do you call it? Old fashioned. I said smoke because she did some smoking to the orange or something. I don't know. And, but I do it for the love of music. And it's a passion of mine just to push as much as I can to people. Like, there's other music out there. There's new music out there. There's new artists out there. Check them out. Yeah. You never know. So you just might hear a song that you're just like, man, catchy. Yep. Catch that song, and then you just slip into the next song, and then that song might be one. That's how it is. You know what I mean? Exactly. You hear an artist for the first time. And again, man, thank you so much for coming on to the show. I'll give you the mic. You can give any shout outs or any thank yous or anything you want to say. I'll give you the mic here before we.
Well, first of all, thank you, Bumper, once again for opening the doors of your home to your beautiful family, for having us here tonight. Again, I still can't believe I'm sitting here.
So tell the fans, is it smaller than you thought?
I don't know that. Well, I think anything on TV looks
It's
bigger.
bigger.
Yeah. When I as a child, I was on Sábado Gigante. I didn't mention that.
Oh, we didn't
And,
talk about that.
And when I walked into the studios of Univision and saw the Sábado Gigante set, it's kind of the same thing. You know, you see it on TV and it looks a certain way, and then when you walk in, it just, you know, it's a different perception. So, but anyway, I wanted to thank you for everything that you do once again, for all of us, for your love and passion that you have for all music and for Tejano music. I want to send a huge shout out to Jonathan Espinosa. I think he is a huge, it's not that I think, I know he's a huge part of why I'm here as well. And, you know, thank you. Thank you for everything. Thank you for believing in me, for believing in my voice. I know the day I get to meet him, I'll give him a big hug because I'm so grateful to him. And I want to thank Carlos, my best friend, for putting up with me all the time, for making this move to San Antonio with me to pursue both of our dreams and pursue music, which is what we're both passionate about. And we've been lucky to share the stage and share music for, you know, a long, long time. I want to send a shout out to everyone on the album that I mentioned, everyone that participated in the album, all of, you know, Jonathan's team, the No Sleep team. You know who you are. And just to everyone that has reached out and sent me beautiful messages. You know, Sonia de la Paz, Demi, La Chingona, Mingo Mariano, Mausi. I mean, the list, I'm going to forget a bunch of people, but that just have welcomed me to San Antonio and have checked up on me. I'm excited to meet many of you in person because I haven't met them all. But thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here, and I'm just thrilled to be sitting here next to you. I'm excited to go out tonight. Definitely go out and support a great cause. And los quiero mucho. Les mando muchos besos, muchos abrazos. Thank you for all the love, por todo el cariño. Muchísimas gracias. I feel it, and I have just felt welcomed with open arms. So thank you.
It's awesome, man. Again, I want to thank you for gracing us with your beautiful presence.
Thank you, Bumper.
Thank you for all the gifts. You came bearing so many gifts today. That was awesome. And again, before we call it a night, I just want to invite everybody out to Thirsty Horse.
Yes.
Right now. Stop what the hell you're doing. Get you something to eat real quick and get your ass down to Thirsty Horse and come out and shake our hand. Have a beer with us. Have a good time. Make sure you dress warm and be careful. Tomorrow, be careful if you're in the South Texas area. Be careful. Sure, the roads are going to be, you know, for us down here in South Texas, a little bit. We lose our minds when we get a little bit of ice.
Yeah.
Just going to forewarn you guys right now. We don't have the best drivers in the world here in San Antonio. But Jonathan, big thank you, bro, for turning me on to not only Karla, but so many of your artists that you're helping out. I look forward to working with you one day. Maybe you'll come down for Tejano Fanfare and we'll get to hang out with you and drink a cold one and have some good conversation.
He'll drink a cold water.
Oh, he doesn't drink?
He doesn't drink.
Oh, that's badass. Even better. Cool. You're cheap date, bro. Cheap date. Cheap date. Just get him water. But I don't know. San Antonio water on ice makes you feel a little funny.
Oh, really?
Should throw that out there right there.
I'll have to try it out.
No, don't think crazy. But Karla, again, thank you so much to everybody watching. To everybody this is your first time watching Bumper's Wacky Wednesday. We do this every single Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Without a doubt, we'll be here at 7:30. Sometimes a little bit late because, you know, some artists aren't early like Karla. Some are right on time, and it's hard to be right on time and start the show right at 7:30. So speaking of next week, my guest is J.R. Gomez. J.R. Gomez from the Conjunto Band. So he's gonna be here. I don't know if he's gonna bring somebody else with him, but I know he'll be here. So make sure you guys tune in next Wednesday. It's going to be a great show. The whole month of February is stacked with great. I mean, we're stacked for a while. You guys need to continue watching Bumpers Wacky Wednesday. We're going to continue pushing our culture and our music down your throat, and hope you enjoy it. We hope to see you guys here in a few minutes, maybe an hour or so, out at Thirsty Horse off of Northwest Military here in San Antonio, Northwest Military in 410. Thirsty Horse for G-Man. $15 is the minimum to get in, but they'll take whatever. But at the minimum, it's going to be $15, and it's for a great cause. So shout out to Alex Basulto before, because he'll say, you didn't give me a shout out. And to my homies, Mike G, Di Marie. To my big homie, the JMZ. He's on the road. Hopefully he made it home safely. He hasn't texted me. I told him he better text me when he got his ass home, but he hasn't texted. So Joey, if you're watching, make sure you send me a text when you get your ass home. Urgent message. Hold on. Somebody sent me an urgent message.
Oh, gosh.
Hold on. Jose sent unsent a message. I don't.
It was urgent, but he unsent
It was urgent, but you undid it. I don't know. Joe, I was supposed to call you today, man, but I got off of work. I got so damn busy, and he's like, I had some good gouge. Sorry, Joe. I'll bring it up on the next show. Great supporter of the show, that guy.
Yeah.
Gonguero. Awesome, dude.
Nice.
So shout out to, again, come out and join us here for a great cause. Thirsty Horse, that's where we're going to be at. And you guys have a wonderful and safe weekend. The rest of your week, it's the hump day. Get through it. Friday's right there. I can see it. It's peeping through. It's almost here. For a lot of us, we work. Like, I'm working from home, but a lot of us don't have to actually drive into work tomorrow. So if you do have to drive into work, again, be safe, man.
Be safe.
You guys have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week. Carlos, thank you guys for joining us. We'll see y'all soon. Bumpers Wacky Wednesday out. And I'm going to leave you with the new single.
Un besito, un cachito.
There you go.
Make sure you go listen to the album, everyone. It's on all digital platforms. Muchísimas gracias.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing
Karla, Christina.
Acércate un poquito más, no tengas miedo, no voy a morder. Agárrame la mano y vamos a bailar. No te hagas, por favor, ninguna de ellas se compara a mí. Soy única, no existen más. Dame un beso, ya verás. Un besito y un cachito de tu vida. Un besito y un cachito de tu vida. Solo un besito. Quedito, quedito, suavecito. Un besito, un cachito. Tus labios, yo los necesito. Besitos, besitos, dame tus besitos. Miles y miles, miles de besitos. Necesito tus besitos. Acércate un poquito más, no tengas miedo, no voy a morder. Agárrame la mano y vamos a bailar. No te hagas, por favor, ninguna de ellas se compara a mí. Soy única, no existen más. Dame un beso, ya verás. Un besito y un cachito de tu vida. Un besito y un cachito de tu vida. Solo un besito. Quedito, quedito, suavecito. Un besito, un cachito. Tus labios yo los necesito. Besitos, besitos, dame tus besitos. Miles y miles, miles de besitos. Necesito tus besitos. Quedito, quedito, suavecito. Un besito, un cachito. Tus labios yo los